斜め素振り。よーい。始め。1、
め、
2、
め、
3、
め、
4、
め、
5、
め、
6、
め、
7、
め、
8、
め、
9、
め、
10.
め。
When we do naname suburi, okay, all of the points for all the other suburi still count. Okay, so how far you lift it up above your head, not too far back, like this, not out in front of you, but just up a nice distance so that your left hand comes above your forehead. And when you strike, you're not using your arms like that or your right hand, okay, using your wrist to get a nice flick out. But in this case, we're going to the side, starting off with the right, then up straight above your head, left, up straight ahead, right. Okay, so that your hands come down pretty much in front of your chest like this. Now the important thing here, it's a common mistake with beginners, is the left hand comes out to the side like this. Okay, so we don't want the left hand to leave the center of your body. So your left hand looks like this. Okay, it's perfectly in the center of your body, but it's slightly twisted each time you make the cut. Okay, up straight, then out, up straight, then out, up straight, then out, as such. It's like this. Okay, so the left hand is always going up the center axis of the body. Okay, and this as such. Okay, so main point is try and avoid doing this kind of movement here. This is wrong. Okay, left hand in the center. Now the two ways of doing naname striking, or on a diagonal, okay, this we've just shown now is going straight forward and back. Okay, we do this when we do kirikaishi, right? Okay, forward and back, it's exactly the same. The other way is to use hirakiashi. So with hirakiashi, when we cut, we first cut out to the right. So we step out to the right with the right foot and bring the left foot around. Now you'll notice that the feet are exactly the same as what they'd be in chudan, even though we've moved out to the side. So the rear foot is slightly elevated off the ground. The heel never gets put on the ground. Okay, and when we do cut to the opposite side, to the left, it's the left foot that comes forward, okay, and the right foot that comes behind it, and exactly the same. The feet are reversed, but the back foot is, in this case it's the right foot, is raised slightly off the ground. Both feet are pointing towards the way our body is facing. Okay, so we don't want to end up like this. This would be wrong. This is not kendo footwork. So when we do naname suburi with the hirakiashi, there are two different ways that you will often see. There's this way, where people really turn to the side, okay, and they really emphasize the hirakiashi, so they're really turning their body both ways. Okay, you see a lot of young Japanese students doing it this way. I don't usually do it that way. I prefer to keep it a little bit more centered. If you can imagine, this white line is the line of your opponent. And if your opponent is coming in to strike, you can use this hirakiashi to avoid and do nukiwaza. Okay, so I'm cutting on the line rather than off the line as such. And so I try to keep the cut in the center as much as possible. Okay, so I'm cutting along the line. All of the other points of the suburi count, the way in which you lift it up, the way in which you cut, except in this case I'm using the feet to move my body off the center and cutting with naname. Naname on an angle as such. So it depends on the dojo that you're at. Some people want to make a very exaggerated movement, or you can do it the way that I prefer to do it. Try and keep it a little bit more practical. If you imagine that you have an opponent coming at you and you're avoiding it with nukiwaza, so the point is, as I always say, Each one of the cuts in Suburi has to actually count. Just going through the motions is not going to do you any good at all. It's